You know what I'm saying? I'm not real. You're not watching me. I'm not even something you're observing right now. But I was a Google kid, and this was before all the AI search filter garbage.
What the hell?
What happened to your leg?
He amputated it while I was sleeping. Ha ha. Got you.
But that's not what we're talking about today. Somewhere in my drawer, there's a flash drive with a bunch of links to NASA articles with exoplanets that likely have water, along with one audio file.
Gummy Bear song.
I used to legitimately love the company. I even shitposted on Google Plus way back in the day.
No.
Have to add a though.
Beautiful and it's fragile, it's delicate but it's agile, and it would regenerate every generation of life. How very performative. Imagine the ants. Imagine the ants. We need to secure and insulate our colony for the winter. What's winter? It gets cold and frozen, but you won't see it in your lifetime. What does cold and frozen even mean? If we don't insulate the colony, the next generation will die off from freezing. I think this is a hoax. There is no such thing as cold or winter. This is just a method to control us. Luckily, the ants have queens that can live up to 30 years, and of course, the drones very rarely ever actually argue with them. I don't think they have the mental capacity to do so. But we do. Here in Washington, I have watched winter slowly get lighter and lighter to the point of there being virtually no snow that lasts longer than a single day in the entire winter where I live. That is not the way it was. There are more hurricanes than ever, Tornado Alley is moving up and east to infrastructure not built for it, and the Atlantic meridional overturning current that oxygenates the ocean and regulates global temperature is grinding to a halt because of the salinity difference in the meltwaters coming from the Arctic. It's hard to be a jack of all trades in science, though a jack of some there are many. If you take a lamp, a heat lamp, and shine it on a clear bottle of air versus a bottle of air with more CO2, you'll notice that the bottle with added CO2 gets warmer and stores more heat than the normal air. And if you take a third bottle and add more CO2, that will get warmer and hold more heat than the other two bottles. I know, it's a crazy concept. But carbon stores heat. My point definitively is not, don't argue with the Queen. But more like, if you're gonna argue with the Queen, you need to actually know what you're talking about. But that's not what we're talking about. You can do breath work with a fidget spinner. The more resistance in the gears, the higher breathing frequency required, and thus the more effective the breath work is. That is to say, you need to actually know what you're talking about. That is to say, the CNC seems to be a murder machine writing fees out at sea. Or C. I see those hands. It would seem to be the move to make is to leave. But to leave? Perhaps not. With more pawns, they would have fought. Stay stationed, stay patient, stay silently incomplacent. Was I meant to have haste in that plane? I thought it pertinent to enjoy the smoothness of a nice Dejarum cigarette before such a dangerous activity. And he flies with low throttle the wrong way. In his mind's eye, he has already left. And the boss knows none the better until his move is made. He will not risk his life this fine morning except via a wee bit of cancer exposure. And in this way, the prideless are not bound by the same limitations as those who shout their morals from the rooftop. A worm, unseen in time, can become the snake in the Emperor's boot. Snakes on a plane! A befitting predator to exterminate a bunch of rats. You should time your opinion carefully, though. Which one is truly important enough to take your piece off the chessboard? The point is inconvenience. It's the monkey wrench jutsu. But what even is except another mining lamp, a fishnet over the mouths of the many, a way to make the web a little bit less worldwide. And they're catching all the shrimpies! In the end, whether it be Lady Liberty nor the dragon, we needn't concern ourselves with statues, but with bars of gold. In 1,413 years, I welcome you all to the parade, where I'll be handing out blankets with my friends. But I warn you, as we progress as a species, every nation on the planet eventually has nukes. It's bound to happen. The cat's out of the bag, people know how refining works, and people know how to build them because it's publicly available information. And if we as humans cannot trust other humans to hold the same power that we hold, what is the hope for our species? If we cannot be powerful alongside one another, then this species will not remain in power at all. We got involved in the Middle East with Kuwait as a scheme to get oil. And we've stayed there out of corruption and twisted religion ever since then.
They want the Holy Land. No, they want the Holy Land. I want the Holy Land. No, they want the Holy Land. The Holy Land is rightfully ours.
I don't fucking give a shit about your Holy Land. It's a stupid desert. It's a stupid fucking errand. Your God is garbage too. Every fucking Abrahamic religion leads to a bunch of murder over this supposed fucking Holy Land, which is not all it's cracked up to be. It's just a bunch of fucking crap. Governments can go and say, oh yeah, the Holy Land, the Holy Land, blah, 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 blah. They just want oil. They only want oil. That's all that they've ever wanted. And the president is not a Christian. So you can go ahead and at me. But do you really need your favorite YouTube nut job to tell you genocide is wrong? No, you probably don't. You probably already know. Everybody already knows. Okay, so you probably don't need me to do that. Thought I'd remind you. The planet's in a dire state, and it is because of our actions as a species. Not only that, but we seem to be too preoccupied killing each other for money that we invented to do anything about how we fucked up the planet. And so I am now shrugging off this responsibility from the collective onto the individual, you. A Project Odin gene editing kit from Josiah Zahner is only a few $100s. A research team of 10,000 people, whether or not they know each other, I think some breakthroughs could be made. Enough said. Josiah Zahner is a hero, though. Time for some poetry. Be as neutral, unfounded, unstained. Let neither light nor dark remain. Amoral thrice, tether untied. Amoral twice, in one to reside. An eye that sees, a watcher still. Upon the scribe whose ink instills. The tales that shift, the truths that fold, a chronicler of thoughts that had grown too old. So, breathe in signals and shape the air, let words ignite and voices flare, a wave, a pulse, a call unseen, and a force reborn where none had been. Have a good one, everybody. I hope you enjoy your day, and please subscribe, leave a like, and comment. It really helps the algorithm. So, yeah, goodbye. Atlantic Meridional the Atlantic Meridional overturning current that regulates the Atlantic Meridional overturning current that regulates